Hey Joe, it's Folks here. In today's video, I want to show you a print-on-demand store that's likely done over $20 million in sales. How do I know that? Well, on their store, they list that they have over 270,000 happy customers. On the store, they sell print-on-demand wall art for lots of different niches. And for the most part, their lowest priced item is $79.99. They do have other sizes of the wall art where the prices become much more expensive. For example, if we click on this one here and we choose the largest size, we see that the cost is $229. However, if we multiply the 270,000 customers by the $79.99 price point, we get a number that is over $21 million in sales. In the video today, we're going to break down exactly what they're doing, exactly what they're selling. I'll do a tutorial on how you could create something similar. I'll also go through some of their social media strategy as well. I also have some product samples that I want to review for you to show you the quality of some of the different types of items that you could sell to create a store like this. And if you're just getting started, I do have a full course. It is completely free. It's called POD for Dummies. There's a link down in the description. Inside are going to get you access to over 30 videos showing you how to build your Shopify store and get started with social media marketing. Basically, this store is selling wall art. It is called tailoredcanvas.com. All they sell is print-on-demand canvases. They've chosen lots of different niches, everything from farmhouse to faith to bar and grill to lake house type stuff, and even some pet things as well. For the most part, they are focused on creating personalized print-on-demand items. Some of their items, like this one right here, does not have any personalization in it. However, for the most part, they have created a lot of personalized designs. In a moment, like I said, I'm going to review some product samples with you. We'll go through their social media strategy as well, and I'll do a design tutorial to show you how to create similar designs. For the most part, all of their designs kind of follow the same kind of template. Each one has some sort of a distressed background on the actual product. They all have some sort of a border around it as well, and then there are various text elements. You can see that the text effects that they've used are quite nice, and in some of the designs they also have some vectors and other graphics that kind of make the product more niche specific. Take this fitness example here. There are some muscle arms, there is a dumbbell on it as well, and then the rest of it sort of follows the same concept that I just went through, having the background and a border with various text elements across it. For the personalization, they have all of these fields here on the store. Something like that can be accomplished by using an app like this called Global Product Options. They do have a free plan available. In terms of mock-ups for the store has really honestly done a great job. A lot of these photos that they have on their store are from customers. Obviously, if you're just getting started, you would want to rely on mock-ups like this that kind of show the product in a niche relevant environment. You can see here that this mock-up was likely something they created. I have some other videos on my channel talking about mock-up creation, but they've done a great job at showcasing their designs in niche relevant environments. They've also created graphics like this that further sort of cement their branding. And honestly, they've just done a great job here. This is a really simple and nice looking store. Obviously, there are lots of customer reviews. If you're just starting, you're not going to have those, but if you have great designs and you present them well with your mock-ups, ultimately you will be able to get started. In terms of social media, this store is set up on both Facebook and on Instagram. Here on Facebook, they have 34,000 followers. We can see here on their page info that the page is currently running ads. We'll take a look at that in a moment. On their Instagram page, they have just over 32,000 followers, and you can see that they've used their page to basically share a lot of their customer photos. As I mentioned, if you are just getting started, you might not have customer photos. In a moment, we'll talk about how you could quickly get some, even if you have just gotten started with your store. Here inside of the Facebook ads library, we can see lots of different ads that they are running. These are basically simple image-based ads here. If I click on see ad details, we can expand this to see it a little bit closer. Again, they are just creating mock-ups and different images to promote these products, and then they're launching them on both Facebook and on Instagram. As I mentioned at the beginning, I do have a free course called POD for Dummies that shows you how to get started with social media marketing if that was something you wanted to try. As we continue to scroll through the ads library here, we see lots of different videos that they've created of the products. This is what I was getting at earlier. If you don't have customers to share these types of things with you, there are a couple of things that you could do. The first is you could obviously order your own sample and create your own video like this and take your own photos as well to get them onto the store. Even stuff like this. here on their Instagram page. You can see the caption says that Justin Klein has moved 11 times in the last 18 years. So starting with a blank slate is always nice, right? And it's basically a video of this guy unboxing one of their products. This is called influencer marketing. This is something I talk about a lot here on my channel. Basically, they likely sent him one of their products and he filmed this for them, right? This is a great way to sort of kickstart your store. There are tons of people out there that are willing to do this. The goal would be to find content creators inside of your niche and reach out to them. Like I said, I have lots of videos here on my channel. Essentially, that is a great way that you could kickstart your store and get a lot of social proof like this store has. And if you're watching this and you're kind of just getting started and you think creating some sort of a product-based store like this could be a cool approach, I wanted to kind of talk through how you could do that. In a moment, we'll do a design tutorial. First, I want to cover some of the basics. The first thing you would need to do is choose a product to build the store around. The second thing would be to choose a handful of niches to begin making designs for, just like the Tailored Canvas store has done. Shine On is a print-on-demand company that I have done some training with in the past. They have a really cool collection of wall art items, everything from your traditional posters and canvases. For each one of these options, they have a few different variants inside of here, different sizes, different shapes. They've also got a great collection of metal prints here, again in different sizes and shapes. They also have wall clocks as well, but the product we're going to be focused on and actually doing a tutorial on is this wall tapestry here. They do have a couple of different versions inside of the app. This is actually a product that I've reviewed here on the channel before. It is super high quality. It is real wood. It is great print quality. You can see here with the sample that I reviewed in one of my previous videos that you can clearly see that everything has printed really well. This could be a cool product to actually build a store around in a similar way as Tailored Canvas. If you want to check out Shine On, down in the pinned comment of this video, I do have a link to their catalog where you could see everything else that they offer. To create a design for this product, we'll actually need to just start with an image of this size here. For this, we're going to use Kittle. I have kind of already gone in and created an image of that size. What I want to do is sort of demonstrate a few things that you can do to start the process of creating designs for this. Obviously, because this is a tutorial, I'm not going to spend the normal 20 or 30 minutes that I would actually be spending on one of my own designs. I just want to show you how easy it can actually be to use Kittle to create the foundation of your design. The first thing we are going to do is assume that we are creating a design for the Christian niche. On the Tailored Canvas site, they have a lot of designs inside of that niche. That could be one of the ones that you use to get started. And what we're going to do with this tutorial is we're going to show how, like I said, in Kittle, we can easily create some graphics and also some great text to use on our tapestry product that we are selling through the Shine On app. Inside of Kittle here, like I said, I have the template that we are going to be using for the design. One of the first things we're going to do is we're going to generate some sort of an AI image inside of our design. If we scroll down here and click on Kittle AI, we can actually begin the process of generating something based on a text prompt. For a text prompt, I have typed in a detailed vector of praying hands with rosary beads. Obviously, you could type in some different things. You could play around with it. You could generate it a few times and see what you come up with. Down below, you can choose styles of the image that you would like. For this, I am going to select vector art. We're simply going to click generate image and see what we get. If you wanted to try Kittle, I have worked with them for a little bit of time. I've also used them in my own print-on-demand businesses. I do have a discount code that I will put in the pinned comment of this video. If you use my code, I will earn a few dollars in commission. So if you do use it, I appreciate it. And you can see now this is what Kittle has actually generated for us. What we'll probably want to do is resize this a little bit. The way that I'm thinking that we're going to set this up is we'll have a graphic like this kind of in the center of the actual design. One of the things that we can do is we can just click the center button right here and it will put it right in the center at the bottom of our graphic. The next thing we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to get some sort of a background into our actual design. That way our tapestry that we are creating through Shine On is not going to be just a white tapestry with some things on top of it. Inside of Kittle here, if we hover over to our different tools, we can click on textures. Inside of the textures menu, you can scroll through and you can look for a lot of different textures that you could use in your designs. Personally, I like to use the backgrounds option here. For this specific design, I would recommend to use some sort of a paper look. You can see this vintage paper option here. You can either click show all to see all of them, or you can click this arrow here to sort of scroll through them. For the sake of this design, we're going to use this one right here. If we simply click it, you'll see that that background goes into our actual design. Personally, I think this is clashing a little bit too much with the black image that we created, so we're simply going to lower the opacity a little bit to make it a little bit faded in the background. Ultimately, I think this is a good look. The next step of this is going to be getting some text into the design. Now, I did a little bit of research on some different things that we could include. Essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to put a prayer on this product. Essentially, it's going to be a piece of decor where there is some imagery relevant to the niche. We're also going to add a prayer to it. To add text, we're going to use the Kittle text tool right here. You can scroll through and you can look at a bunch of different templates that they have. For this design, we're simply going to select this one right here. When we click on it, you can see that it shows up on our design. We're going to want to click and drag so that way we can move it up a little bit. We're also going to resize it so that way it's a little bit larger. You can see here that we're now encroaching on our graphic down below. I'm going to rearrange this a little bit and I'll be back in a moment. And now I think that looks pretty balanced and honestly just pretty simple for what we are actually doing today. Now we want to actually edit this text. What we're going to do at the top here is we're just going to type the words Father God with a comma. What we're then going to do is get the next part of the prayer inside of here. I'm going to just paste in what I found. I pray for protection, comma. This line is obviously now encroaching on the rest of it, so we're going to adjust this a little bit. And now we need to change the text for the line down below. I'm now going to paste that text in for the rest of our prayer here. And again, I'm going to move it around a little bit so that way it looks good. And we now have a design with a graphic, a background, some text on it. Obviously, within Kittle as well, you could go through here and you could add various effects. You could transform the text a little bit. You could add some distressed looks, some shadows, some different things. You could play around with the looks of different things to get it to look a little bit more visually appealing if you wanted to. Obviously, depending on the aesthetic of your niche, you would want to take some of that into consideration. From here, we are just going to download the design and then we're going to upload it into ShineOn. I've now gone into ShineOn. I've published the design. We can add a title here as well. You can see that it generates a description for you. We also have some mock-ups that have generated as well. You can see here that our design is on there. It does look like I messed up in terms of the sizing where the letter I is off of the design. The comma is also off of the design as well. If I was actually doing this, I would go back and look and see why that actually happened. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to keep on moving here. The point was me trying to show you how you could emulate some of the things that the Tailored Canvas store has done with other products. And ultimately try to show you in this video today that you can very easily create a really great product focused store. If you wanted to start something like this, like the Tailored Canvas store that we're looking at today, the first thing I would suggest, like I said, is choosing a product to do it with. I showed you a few options inside of the ShineOn app. Obviously, there's lots of other items out there. I've done lots of product reviews here on my channel to sort of give you some ideas about what types of print-on-demand products are available. The second thing to do would be to come up with some sort of a name. Now, this store is Tailored Canvases. Whatever product you're selling, you'd want that to be in the name. I've talked a lot about getting a .store name in the past. The fact is that when it comes to getting a domain, you should really be choosing between a .com and a .store. .stores are things that I have used as well. Recent studies have shown that .store domains get 87% more traffic, 2 times the search visibility, and 12% lower cost per conversion. People like Mariah Carey, Mr. Beast, Rihanna, even the Emirates Airlines are using a .store domain for their merch store. Down in the pinned comment of this video, I will have a promo code for you where you can get a very good deal on your first year of a .store domain. From there, the next step would be actually deciding which niches you're going to make designs for. I would not advise you to choose too many because that's going to create a lot of design work for you. Tailored Canvas has been around for a while. They have tons of niches, tons of designs. I would say keep it simple. Start with like 4 different niches and begin making designs for those and open your store. As I demonstrated today, creating a design with Kittle or another graphic design software is not that complicated for this type of product. Really what we're talking about is coming up with a good way to sort of arrange text and also having some niche specific graphics inside of it. For the example we created, we used the praying hands. designs. You can see a couple of other examples here on the Tailored Canvas site. Obviously, each one of these is using some sort of a background, so it's not just a plain white piece of wall art. You can also consider personalization like some of the designs on here. For the design we created, we did not do personalization. Something like this here that doesn't have personalization is totally suitable for this. I would say long-term having a good mix of both would be a good thing. And ultimately, I hope showing this store got you thinking a little bit about your own print-on-demand business. I have found that most people getting into print-on-demand kind of just default to creating like a t-shirt and coffee mug store. The fact is there is so many different options out there when it comes to products, and my goal with showing you this store today was to, like I said, hopefully show you what's possible with print-on-demand. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.